Welcome to a new video about Stream Deck. Today we will start at the very beginning. So firstly we will have a look on what Stream Deck actually is. Secondly, how Stream Deck can provide value to you and make your life easier. And thirdly, I want to show you my approach on how I set up a fresh Stream Deck, how this then helps me in my daily workflows, and probably you can then take it from there to iterate, to adapt it to whatever you need. So before we get started, I want to mention that if you want to know more about all the individual models that are out there, I made a video about that, linked up there, so check that out. And now let's get started having a look on what Stream Deck actually is. Stream Deck is a combination of hardware and software. The hardware is a button box with transparent keys and a display behind those keys. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you can see that the keys can adapt based on what I'm doing. So you can see them changing. And that makes them really, really powerful and versatile because they can display whatever I need them to display in a certain use case. And that brings us to the software which makes all of that happen. So the Stream Deck software itself is housing plugins, and plugins is what brings power and versatility to my Stream Deck. So plugins have actions, and these actions are what I'm putting onto the keys for execution. So for example, out of the box, Stream Deck comes with an open action. And an open action, as the name already says, allows me to either open folders or certain files. And I can put those on a key. Stream Deck also allows me to put actions into sequence with a multi-action. So I can put a multi-action onto a key and then run through certain commands in sequence. And this is all very, very handy. So this is what Stream Deck is. And you can extend the functionality with further plugins from the Elgato marketplace. At the moment there are 300 plus plugins and it's growing every day. So now that we know what Stream Deck is made of, let's have a look on the value that Stream Deck can provide to you. And for me, there are a few value propositions about Stream Deck. The first one is improved efficiency because it can make workflows a lot faster and a lot easier. The second is automation, because I can automate trivial tasks onto Stream Deck and therefore I don't have to think about them anymore. I can just execute them with a single key press. And then Stream Deck can also elevate features to me that at a certain point in time are either not reachable for me, I didn't know about, or it's rather convenient to have them just a key press away. So let's have a look on a few examples on what this means in a daily life. And then after that, we will have a look on how we can set up a Stream Deck. Let's start with the value of efficiency. And for that, I want to introduce you to 3 actions that Stream Deck comes out of the box with. And the first one is the open action. And as the name already says, the open action allows you to open folders and files with a single key press. So for example, you have a certain presentation file that you currently need to work on a regular basis, or you have a shared Excel sheet or table sheet that you want to open on a daily basis. Just put it on a single Stream Deck key, press it, and it will open right away. Same with folders. The second action that I think is really, really important and helpful is hotkeys. A lot of applications out there have hotkey bindings to, give you access to features. And probably the most common known one is Control-C for copying and Control-V for pasting. But there are a ton more out there. And you can put those bindings onto Stream Deck keys to make all of these features really easily accessible. And you don't have to remember all of them for all the apps you're using. So pretty much Stream Deck will be able to give you all these hotkeys, and you are even able to customize them with icons. So you have an icon to a feature where you don't have to remember the hotkey. And then lastly, I think the text action can be really helpful because you can put text snippets onto keys and you can paste them into any text editing form field or text editor. So you can have standard phrases or inputs to whatever text fields you're regularly working with without having to type them. And therefore you will be a lot quicker. The second value proposition that Stream Deck is providing, which I mentioned, is automation. And for that, I want to introduce you to the multi-action. So the multi-action is a list of actions that you can pretty much put onto a single key and then execute them in a sequence with a single key press. What can that be useful for? So for example, you're starting your day and you need 5 or 6 different applications and files to be opened. You can put all of that with 6 open actions into a single multi-actions and then just press a single key, and everything you need will be launched. You can combine that with, for example, Windows Power Toys or something similar for macOS, which will then even arrange all these apps onto your screen in the manner that you want it to. The last value proposition I want to talk about is that Stream Deck can elevate features that are otherwise really hard to reach. And for example, in a streaming use case, if you're playing your game and you will need to do a scene switch in OBS, that can be one thing. So you don't have to go out of your game, jump into OBS and switch the scene manually, go back, which will be really interrupting to your gameplay, but rather having it on a single key press. And the other one is from an office use case. If you're editing PowerPoint or presenting PowerPoint, the PowerPoint plugin can pretty much provide you a lot of functionality that otherwise would be hard to reach and hard to find and would interrupt your presentation with a single key press, and that really comes in handy. So I mentioned before that you can automate a few things that are otherwise hard to reach to, and the example I chose was OBS. And I want to set up the OBS actions that I was talking about before with you together now. So let me switch to my different scene in OBS manually, and now we can set up the actions. So I want to have a action that will tell me whether I'm recording or not, and we can see that on the Stream Deck right there. Then I will drag a scene action up here and a second scene action because I want to switch between two scenes, and this one will be scene A and this will be scene B. And as you can see right now, I am in scene A. And if I want to go back during my gameplay to scene B, I can just click my Stream Deck and it will bring me back. And if I need to go back to that scene right here, there we are. And this is really handy. And we can do a similar thing with PowerPoint. And we can have a look into a prepared PowerPoint profile that I have here. And for example, you can see I have align actions here. I have shape actions here. I can add slides, which is really nice. I can go into different cropping modes. I can add shapes to my presentations. And I can format stuff. So there are a lot of features that a PowerPoint plugin provides to me that otherwise are a bunch of clicks away or will interrupt my editing mode, and I just have them here right away, and these are elevation of features that become really handy. So in the end, let me sum up what we actually learned today. So Stream Deck is a button box with transparent keys and a display behind it. We can do a whole lot of stuff with it, and we set up a few actions during this video. So we did set up a multi-action that will launch a bunch of applications that I need, for example, for editing and recording videos. I can launch a Excel sheet. I can provide and add hotkeys to my keys and I can customize them. I can add text actions so I can paste in text snippets that I regularly need. And I, for example, can switch OBS scenes, or I can add actions to my Stream Deck that will help me editing PowerPoint slides. And there are just so many more plugins that can help you achieve what you need to do on a daily basis. I couldn't cover all of that in a single video. I really hope this is helping you. And let me say thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that subscribe and like button because that will really help me. And see you in the next one.